Welcome to Chichen Itza and welcome to another Wright video located deep in the Mexican jungle. Is this modern wonder of the world? Number 6 for me and number 7 coming very, very shortly. UNESCO World Heritage Site, and we're going to be taking you through everything that you need to know to have an unbelievable day here. How to get here, how to get your tickets, how to get the best price tickets, and of course, how to get some unbelievable JPEGs. Questions as always in the comments. Whilst you're down there, hit that subscribe button. Still en route to 3K subs. Let's get cooking, baby. Woo. Let's cover off the key thing, how to get the best JPEGs, the best Instagrams. It goes without saying, we're not reinventing the wheel here, but the early bird catches the worm. We drove early hours of the morning, 6 a.m. to get here for 8 a.m. as it opened this morning. The sun is on the opposite side, so it's about a 10-minute walk from where you come in through the tickets, if that, just for a little bit of jungle, just setting the scene, and then you land straight in with the big fella himself. You want to go to the opposite side, so the sun is on you, depending on what time of year you come. Of course, we have come in the depths of November, just starting the December time, and we've got a gorgeous day. There was loads of fog as we came across here, and we're worried about visibility. However, we've been treated to another ruthless scene. As you can see in the backdrop, there's absolutely no clouds knocking about, but yeah, come to the far side. This side, I would say, isn't as preserved as the other side. We're going to get a little bit up close and personal just to show you what it looks like. So the other side, obviously in the afternoon, will look, I guess, nicer, a little bit more aesthetic, but if you want photos with no one in, come in the morning and you get this entire side to yourself. And if you go like, Gaz, what do the JPEGs look like? You better get on the old Instagram, Gareth Wright 2, for those daily updates. But yeah, on this side, we've pretty much had the whole place to ourselves for about 10-15 minutes, getting some photos. Like I say, I can't compare it to coming later in the day, but you know what I mean, the tour groups and tour guides usually get here for about 12 or 1, so that should tell you everything you need to know. Get here early, get to the far side, and just get some ruthless JPEGs in the scenarios. On this channel, we're mainly about the vibes, the JPEGs, and just getting some absolute ruthless scenery in the bones. But you know, we like to just drench and drizzle a little bit of history, a little bit of facts, a little bit of knowledge in there as well from the Mayan times. 91 steps on each side. 4 times 91 is 364, plus the one at the top is going to give you 365, the exact days in the old calendar. So maybe there is a little bit of truth to the story about ancient civilizations. Big fan of Graham Hancock and check out the old Joe Rogan podcast. But the main pyramid, the Pyramid of Kukulcán, again, that is not how you pronounce it, but you know what I mean, we're gonna have to roll with that. Or El Castillo. It's just absolutely unbelievable, to be honest. Different sides have different level of preservation, different levels of erosion. This side has just been left as it is, as forces of nature have dealt with it. And then the far side, which we'll have a little fly around a bit later. It's really hard to get on camera in the morning because of, yeah, it's just super exposed with the sun. But I thought this was super interesting as well. In the 20th century, the start of the 20th century actually, there's an American called Edward Herbert Thompson. He actually bought a property near Chichen Itza to completely drain it, or like the cenotes, like the sacred one, to extract all the gold, jewelry, copper and jade. So just absolutely pillaging the place. And then the Mexicans were like, absolutely not, oh boy, and came to take it back, which is obviously just the things you love to see. But yeah, they were saying the structure here was mainly, I guess, in thriving. It was the place to be between 600 AD and 1200 AD as well. So yeah, we're just going to be exploring as always. But yeah, nice little bit of history for you. More JPEGs, more flash spots coming up very shortly, baby. We're now in the absolute mixer where the entertainment, where the sport went down. Kukulcán is one of the many names this sport went past. They have loads of different like warriors and stuff on the walls, some with their heads, some without their heads, depending on how well they did in the old games, which is pretty cool. Give a little close up on this fella here. Hopefully you can see him now in the middle of the shot. But yeah, super flair, and I'm not sure if anyone's seen the old Disney movie, but yeah, this is where it's obviously based from. You've got to throw the ball through the hoops. If you get it through the hoops and you win the game, you keep your head, you keep your life, because the loser of this game was killed. Sounds pretty loose. Chatting to one of the guides, and he was saying it's obviously like similar to obviously like in Rome, the Colosseum, where like if you won a game, yeah, you were given big bucks, you were like a celebrity status, but then you rolled it back, and yeah, the chance of surviving another time were not too good. It's just after about 10 o'clock now, and the sun is absolutely battering down. So if you are going to come here, make sure you bring absolute copious amounts of sun cream. 2 northerners and 1 ginger. Put some sun cream on before we got here, but none with us as we come in. There's no single-use plastics in here as well, and there's nowhere to buy water or any drinks. So yeah, do bear that in mind if you are going to come here. But yeah, this is pretty top draw.
And that was the way the blood to fertilize the mother earth, to pay for the best rain, and to gather the good.
And the guy was saying as well that basically they used to use like the best fertilizer, or the best they could get at the time. Probably better than what we've got in the UK at the minute. Absolute shambles from a farming standpoint. But yeah, to make the grass here as good as possible. So yeah, all about that entertainment. Absolutely thriving. Couple cervezas, sign me up for a little slice of this. We thought we're done with the entertainment, but it was even more loose than we first thought. One of the players was beheaded at the start of the game, and you had to obviously run around with the head, flint in the other hand, and then you just had to steal part of this plant as well. So it's just absolutely outrageous behaviour. 7 people on each team, and it just sounds like an absolute war zone. It's very much reminding me of, like, I'm not sure if you've seen those like boxing matches and fighting matches where it's like 6v6, 7v7, but in this game you will not be coming out with your life. Surprisingly, or unsurprisingly, it was actually all to do with fertility. So I'm not really sure how that works. If you're looking to have a kid, bring some life into the old world, but you're going to lose 10 to 14 people in the same instance, yeah, I'm not too sure. But yeah, sounds absolutely mental. We've not done a guided tour, but there's loads of people just giving insight left, right and centre in French, Spanish, English. You can get a bit of intel. Obviously if you want the absolute works, the full tour, then I would get that. I'll speak to somebody and I'll put a rough price on the screen right about now so you know what a tour would cost, and yeah, we'll just delve in amongst it back very shortly. Getting there, tours, what is the best way to do it? What is the best way to take in this little wonder? Usually I do this at the start of the video, but you know, today I thought, you know, we'll get you in amongst it, get the flare JPEGs, and then we'll run it through at the end. It's pretty much equidistant in terms of time from Tulum and from Cancun. You're looking at about 2 hours from either one. If you do a tour, check the tour. The Tulum ones are a lot, there's not as many of them. Cancun, there's absolutely loads. You're looking at about $60, $65, but a lot of the ones that me and Em were looking at, it was like, doesn't include your entry, doesn't include, and you go to a cenote as well, so it's an 11-hour day starting at 10 a.m. And yeah, it didn't include like entrances, compulsory live jackets, all this sort of stuff. So it's one of those. If you're on your own, that's going to be the cheap way to do it. And that obviously, like I say, $65 plus all the additional fees. We paid $54 per day for a car, and you have the flexibility. We set off at 6 a.m. this morning. We were in the queue, ready to come in at 8 a.m, straight in as it opened. JPEGs with no one on the backdrop. That is what we're all about. It's a lot quieter. We're at about 9:30 now, and it's already really busy. You wouldn't have photos now with no one in the backdrop. Still beautiful, still gorgeous. The sun is still battering down. It's so bloody hot. But yeah, just something to bear in mind. It's cheaper if you come on a Sunday. It's about half price. If you're Mexican, it's also free for you to come in. Saturday, it's 643 pesos. So you're looking at about 25 quid, $20 roughly. Part of that is like a government tax, about 90 and stuff as well. So yeah, there's a few different figures. We got a really nice car, it gives you the freedom. The roads, it's pretty much a straight road the whole way from Tulum, but there are a lot of potholes and stuff. Em's been smashing it. I've been navigating, which has been pretty easy to fair. So get on here, go straight for like another like I don't know, was it 100 kilometers or something crazy like that. But yeah, when you get here, there are loads of unofficial car parks at the front. Drive past them. People will be trying to wave you down. Go to the official one, and it was 116 pesos. So you're looking at about £5 for parking for the whole day. Check your change. The guy gave Emma the wrong change. She gave it over to me, and I'm like, no, I'll go back up. As soon as I went over, the guy said, oh right, yeah. So I reckon every person they just take 10 pesos off, and yeah, he's got a nice little bonus. At the end of the day, one thing which I just thought was just absolutely ridiculous, if you want to bring a GoPro, an Osmo Pocket, what you're watching now, ridiculous viewing and just absolutely crispy MP4 files, you have to pay an additional fee of 60 pesos to bring that in. But if you just have an iPhone or something like that, yeah, it's absolutely fine. Same goes with like a big DSLR camera, which I can kind of understand, like professional photos, but I guess you're getting professional quality YouTube video. That, do you know what I mean? You can debate that in the comments. But yeah, no drones, no tripods. So yeah, if you don't want to leave it in a locker, I would not bring any of those with you. But yeah, lovely little day out. I think for me, I'm just having a quick flick through the notes. I think I've covered most things there. I think it's unreal. Do you know what I mean? Wonder of the world, number 6 for myself, 7 coming in just before Christmas actually, and get all those boxed off. How does it compare? Obviously it's a lot smaller than your likes of like going to the Great Wall and going to the Taj, but absolutely beautiful nonetheless. If you want me to compare it to one, I'm obviously going to say it's very similar to the old Pyramids of Giza. Are the Pyramids of Giza in the Wonders of the World, or is it the Colosseum? There's multiple different things online saying all sorts. The head is absolutely beading in sweat, but we can't complain. About 30-degree heat at the end of November, December time. But yeah, big thumbs up for myself, apart from the paid extra to bring a camera in. I'll let you think about if we manage to swerve that and fly in under the radar. Let me know in the comments down below. As always, questions, bang it down there. Lovely day out, 2 hours here is absolutely fine. Guide, 50-50. If you're in for the JPEGs, absolutely not. If you want a bit more history, culture, obviously I have a lot of notes down, which I'm just bestowing on Em and my mum throughout the day. But yeah, gets the G-Dubs seal of approval. Maybe a little bit cenote this afternoon, taking in some more of that unbelievable Mexican culture, scenery and history. See you tomorrow, baby. Hit the subscribe button. Remember, the chef is always cooking. Let's get it.